Imagine ancient Greece, a time of deep thought. Aristotle walked these lands, a philosopher, a teacher. His mind explored everything, the stars, life, motion. He asked big questions. Why is the world like this? His ideas echoed for ages, a true giant of early science. Centuries passed. Then, in the Islamic Golden Age, a new thinker arose. Ibn al-Haytham, also known as al-Hazan. He lived in Basra, then Cairo. He studied light and vision. He dared to question ancient texts. He sought truth in a new way, not just by thinking, but by testing. Both men looked at the same sky, the same sun, moon, and stars. They saw objects fall, they wondered about light. They shared a profound urge to understand the cosmos, to grasp nature's rules. But their methods were worlds apart, their approaches to finding answers. This is their story. Science is a grand journey. It's a story of discovery, not just of what we know, but how we come to know it. Aristotle laid down paths. Ibn al-Haytham forged new ones. One relied on reason and observation, the other championed experiment. Both shaped how we see our universe. Their intellectual clash was vital. Aristotle's world had an order. He believed reason was supreme, logic was his sharpest instrument. He thought everything had a purpose, a natural place, a specific goal. An acorn's purpose? To be an oak. Fire's purpose? To rise. This telos guided his physics, and his understanding of life. Nature, for him, was full of intent. So how did Aristotle study nature, he observed? Meticulously. He collected information on animals, on plants, on weather. He classified what he saw, looking for underlying patterns. Then, he applied logic, deducing conclusions from principles. Principles he often thought were obvious. Active experiments were less common for him. What about mathematics? Aristotle recognized its elegance, its power in describing forms. He used it in fields like astronomy, and in some aspects of physics. But math often felt like an ideal, a perfect system, somewhat separate from the complex, messy physical world. It wasn't always his primary tool for testing how things truly behaved. This approach had its limitations. Some of Aristotle's core principles were not rigorously tested by experiment. They were accepted, almost like axioms. This sometimes led to errors, like the idea that heavier objects fall faster. His immense authority was respected, so for centuries few dared to question. Even when observations hinted otherwise, his shadow loomed large over science. Then came Ibn al-Haytham. His philosophy was different. He embraced doubt, a healthy skepticism, even of revered ancient thinkers, like Aristotle himself. Truth, he argued, needs proof, solid, repeatable evidence, not just clever arguments, or relying on what others had said. His greatest contribution, the power of the experiment. This was truly revolutionary. Don't just watch the world go by, actively investigate it, interrogate it, form a hypothesis, an educated guess. Then test it carefully. Change one factor at a time, record what happens, precisely. His studies on light optics were groundbreaking. Mathematics was his essential partner. For Ibn al-Haytham, math was not just abstract, it was a tool to understand reality. He used geometry extensively, to model the behavior of light, to analyze data from his experiments. He quantified his observations. He built mathematical models. This fusion of math and experiment was a giant leap forward. The contrast is stark. Aristotle often reasoned from general principles, believed to be true, to explain specific observations. Ibn al-Haytham worked the other way. He started with specific experiments, careful measurements, to build up to general principles. He tested, he retested. This was the dawn of empirical science. Aristotle's legacy is immense. He taught humanity to think systematically, to observe, to classify, to question. His framework for logic, his detailed studies of biology, these were monumental achievements. He ignited the flame of inquiry, to understand our place in the cosmos. A true pioneer of rational thought, we still feel his influence. Ibn al-Haytham's contribution shines brightly. He gifted us the scientific method, or at least, its powerful early form. Question everything, test your ideas, let evidence be your guide. His work on optics, on vision, it directly influenced later scientists. Thinkers like Roger Bacon, Kepler, and Newton. He showed the path to reliable knowledge, built step by careful step. This method is the heart of science today. The cycle Ibn al-Haytham championed. It drives discovery in every field. Observe something puzzling. Form a hypothesis. Design an experiment to test it. Analyze your results with math. Draw conclusions. Be ready to revise. This is how we explore the universe, from the smallest particle to the largest galaxy. The grand scientific journey continues. It began with questions like Aristotle's. It gained power with methods like Ibn al-Haytham's. Our understanding of the cosmos grows. Deeper, richer, more wondrous. Mysteries still abound, of course. That's the thrill of science. Why was Ibn al-Haytham's method so focused on observation and experimentation? All is revealed in the book Quranic Revolution of Knowledge.